What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiance video. But before we get into this one, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now here's the thing though, ladies and gentlemen, all day long I've been hearing that Jibri and Miona were already married before 90-day fiance was even a thing to them, which makes it very, very interesting. But luckily for myself in particular, one of my sources was able to finally find something that gives us, in my opinion, proof that yes, Jibri and Miona were already married before 90-day fiance, which therefore leaves the question of how can you be on 90-day fiance if you're already married? Because the whole idea of the show is to be engaged with the plans of getting married at some point, either on the show or at least after the show anyway. You're not supposed to be married before, and hence the reason why it's called 90-day fiance, not married at freaking first sight or anything like that. But hey, we're here now. Let's not waste any more time and let's get into this one, ladies and gentlemen. So this right here is an article from all the way from Serbia, and as you can see in the corner right here where my mouse is, this article was posted back on 18th of the 6th, 2020. Okay. Now, if I go down here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to read it to you just to kind of give you a backstory on everything that happened and why he was in Serbia at this moment in time. So the article begins by saying, the racial unrest in America after the murder of an African American is deepening, and many in that country don't feel safe in their skin. One of them is Jibri Bell, an American by birth called Jovan in Serbia, who has converted to unorthodox Christianity and decided to take refuge from adversity. So my apologies, adversity by going to the only country where he is free to Serbia. Jovan and his wife, Miona Bell, were Telegraph's guests, and this is where it gets interesting. And we spoke to them about the unrest in the United States, racism, and the horrific death of George Floyd. Asked how he felt about it, he replied. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, when I said this is where it's interesting, what I meant was the part where they say Jovan and his wife. Okay, and this is the thing, though, ladies and gentlemen. So this is basically what I'm thinking right now. If we just go up here where I've highlighted his name, his last name at this moment in time is not Bell. In fact, I can't read it, so I'm not even going to try. But his wife's last name is Bell, which tells me that when they got married in Serbia, this is what I'm thinking. When they got married in Serbia, at first I thought maybe they got married underneath his Serbian name, Jovan. But his Serbian name doesn't have Bell as his last name. So the fact that Miona has her last name as Bell only tells me that he must have got married as Jibri Bell. So therefore, she's taken his last name, which therefore eliminates what I originally thought. What I originally thought was that maybe he got married in his Serbian name, which therefore meant that on his Serbian passport, if he has a Serbian passport, he would obviously have his Serbian name on it. And therefore his marriage papers, given the fact that they would have got married in Serbia, would come up underneath his Serbian name rather than his American name, which therefore I can understand may create this complication of being able to get her green card to America, because on his American passport now, it would say Jibri Bell, not Jovan. So therefore, it's like two different people, and you know what I mean? So that's what I initially thought, and maybe that's how they were able to get on 90-day fiance. That was my original thing. But again, going back to her last name is his American last name, which tells me they could have only legit got married in Serbia within his own name, which therefore means he would still be able to fly to America and apply for a green card or a K1 visa, whichever one it is, for her to come there. So therefore, how do they end up on the TV show? Now that is something that only TLC can ever explain, but this is something that this is one of my own conspiracies. Throughout the last season of 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days, we spoke heavily about how the show felt very scripted, and in fact how we also felt that Benjamin and Mogni were just recruited actors, purely because, well, there was proof that Benjamin is an actor, and also there was proof that Mogni was also an actor. So with that being said, it makes me wonder, were these two, did Jibri apply for the show, but then did they also allow them on the show purely because of the type of energy that they have? And at the same time, they thought, you know what, as long as you guys can come on the show and bring a certain energy of controversy to get people to wanting you to keep coming back, maybe that was a part of the deal. That's what I'm possibly thinking, because to be honest with you, right now, right now, after the very first episode, all we've seen is drama upon drama, red flag upon red flag with Jibri and Miona, and even with Jibri's freaking family. So, but the matter of fact is, no matter how you look at it, it still defeats the object of 90 Day Fiance. 90 Day Fiance. Fiance, not married, not wife, fiance. So to be honest with you, whatever the hell is going on with TLC right now, I really don't know. And it's really messed up because I understand business is business, entertainment is entertainment, but at least you want to try and keep the show as genuine as possible by actually bringing on people that are legit engaged and nothing else but engaged. So I'm really wondering how this season is going to go when it comes to Jibri and Miona, because let me tell you something right now, ladies and gentlemen. Literally about 30 minutes ago, I was watching Jibri on his live stream on Instagram. In fact, I actually recorded the whole thing just in case he said anything interesting that I may want to talk about. He said a few things here and there, but it is what it is. Now, to be fair though, if you'd like to see the whole live stream stuff in particular, let me know and I will upload it for you guys. But I warn you, it is an hour long. But I will do if you want to watch it and maybe you pick up something that you don't, that maybe I didn't. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because the character that he portrays himself to be on his social platforms, or at least on his live stream, is not the same as the person that we're seeing on screen. In fact, the person he showed me today anyway on his live stream is very similar to the person who came out by saying exactly what he says here. So let me just read what he says here as the reasons of why he went to Serbia. He says, sad, angry, I'm tired of being black. I feel like I just want to be viewed as human. For me, Serbia has been the one place where I can go where I don't feel judged by my skin color. And maybe I am being judged by my skin color, but I don't think that certain people are good. They are good to people who are tourists and they are friendly people. So it's always been my second home. A home away from home for me. I've always had to come here just to escape the feeling of being afraid. And when I came to Serbia, there is no problem. I am not black, I am human. I am not human in America. I don't know, I'm garbage, not Jibri, and I don't like it. Jivan, that is Black Serb, as he likes to describe himself, begins his testimony for Telegraph. Now, of course, there is more to this article, ladies and gentlemen, but this is the thing. When I read that, I was like, this is a guy who seems quite clued up. A guy that seems a bit more mature than at least what we've been portrayed so far. And then watching his live stream, and I'm sitting there thinking, this guy, he's got the same energy he's been giving us on the show, but he hasn't been giving us the same type of attitude that he has on the show. So now for me, myself in particular, I'm under influence that the only reason why he's on the show along with his woman can't necessarily be to get her to America, because to be honest, she probably is there already now. Or she probably was already there this whole time anyway. Who knows? Because at the end of the day, if they married underneath his actual American name, because she has his last name, his American last name, there's a no-brainer. So it tells me that whatever deal that TLC has with them, whatever it is what it is. But most importantly, I think that the reason why they are both on this show for themselves in terms of self-gain is one, because he's an artist, and just like Usman and other people have gone on the show to try and get clout for their musical career, that is step number one for himself. Now, step number two is also how does it benefit her? Well, here's the thing. Throughout episode 1, we was exploited to the fact that, we was exploited by his mother about how she loves to go online and take pictures of herself that is obviously always basically half naked, and how the mum did not approve of it. And of course, she's always doing all this makeup thing and all that kind of stuff. Which therefore tells me that she is someone who definitely wants to be an influencer. At least. So therefore, where are the benefits of these two going on the show? The benefits can't be from getting married and getting her a K1 visa or a green card, because she probably already has one. But who knows? Maybe that is a benefit too. But I think the primary benefit is probably his musical career and an influencer career, if you want to call them careers. But who knows, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know what you're thinking, because at this moment in time, I am completely flabbergasted. I am absolutely taken back. I don't even know what to think right now, because the fact is this. I say that and I just said a lot of things, but I say that because the show is called 90 Day Fiance. You're only supposed to be engaged. You're not supposed to be married. And these two are legit married. I may not have proof of a marriage certificate, but I'm sure to pop up somewhere. That is something that I just can't find at this moment in time, because I think it's because I'm in the UK and I can't get into the database. I don't know. Or maybe because their papers are somewhere in a Serbian database. I don't know. But either way, though, the fact that this article says his wife and it has her name Miona Bell, and the fact that her Instagram, you know what, it is what it is. We'll leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you're thinking in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Like, subscribe, and peace. Oh yeah, and for me personally, good night.